Well, hi everybody, and welcome to the Doomcast. It's that time of year. Yes, that time of year when your Doctor Doom mask with hood gets delivered from Marvel Legends. I have tried on other helmets, like the Mandalorian or the Boba Fett helmet, on camera before to try and find out if it's too small for my big fat head. Either way, this is a cool display piece for somebody who is a huge Doctor Doom fan. Either way, and that is me because I named the damn thing the Doomcast. In any case, I'm going to open this up and find out if this thing is too small for my huge fat Irish head. Stick around. I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Maybe the Doom Mask Doesn't Fit cast. I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Doomcast. All right, so when you remove everything from this box, there are two things. At the very top is this, which I assume is all hood, and then you get the mask itself, which is encased here in this cardboard pretty nicely. Here's the thing. Not only do I think this is going to be too small for my head, even wearing this in cosplay is going to be incredibly hot. I have cosplayed Doctor Doom at a number of different cons, and helmets are always dicey. Always not great. Right here in tissue paper is the stand, which either way I am thrilled about. It comes with a D crest, Doctor Doom. Get you some pictures to throw in here. There they go. Similar to the Magneto helmet. Also a big fan of that villain. Similar stuff came with the X-Men 97. Those do not move in straight. Not exactly ideal. So on its face, yeah, this would be pretty sweet on its face. You see what I did there without meaning to? Oh, the front and back don't even come apart. So I'm not exaggerating here. My head is large. I'm glad that they do have nose holes and so forth. But man, this would be very warm to cosplay in. I've got just a front mask of just the face. I have a that is similar. In fact, give me a second. This is just a half face mask, right? And this works, but even this, playing around cosplay for a period of time, is pretty warm. This chin on this isn't covered, and you can see the inside of it has this plastic head strap, similar to the Mando helmets and so forth, but at least the neck is bare. This, however, is enough. I'm just going to point that out. It does have some degree of padding, but even that is kind of warm to cosplay in for a period of time. So let's see how this works. Let's open up the hood, which kind of, it cinches at the back, so it's got like elastic, so it cinches, which also not ideal. But you could probably find this fabric, but it's like polyester, which is also not breathable. If you're gonna make a Doctor Doom cloak, it's not that difficult if you have a sewing machine. I'm gonna be frank, but be frank or Victor, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh. Yes. I immediately go to Bane. I don't think that he would sound like Bane, you know? Ooh, here we go. I think that he would sound more like Werner Herzog. Because, of course, Victor is from
what's technically Romania. But he might be a German speaker. Who knows? His accent is vaguely Eastern European. Why wouldn't he talk more like this than like Bane? He would probably say similar things about the stupidity in the eyes of chickens.
Enormity of their flat brain.
And their blank stares and the fact that they do not understand anything.
The enormity of their stupidity is just overwhelming.
Much like Reed Richards! This works actually pretty well. The thing is, with the size of my head, this is completely on my noggin, and it is painfully digging into the front of my forehead. So listen, ooh. If you do, it doesn't look like similar to the Mando masks. The Mando masks you can completely remove the interior helmet apparatus. It looks like you can with a series of screws. And that would give you more room. So I'm going to do that. But I'll just give you the other side of this. With the regular Doom mask like so. This fits pretty comfortably. Again, 3D printed. Also, is the effect any different? Is it that much different? This is more of a classic like Fantastic Four #5, like early Kirby Doctor Doom, but it's not that different. I think the only thing is you can see my chin, and so usually what I would do is wear like a neck gaiter, black neck gaiter, which is also pretty warm, just to do that. But it otherwise, works. Oh, okay. So let's test those screw sections. We'll take those out, see if this fits any better. Well, that was an ordeal. First of all, this is a very tight space, so you have to find a screwdriver that will actually fit in there. However, it turns out pulling that out and taking those screws out doesn't actually let you adjust the headpiece. Now, I'm sure the people at Hasbro Development right now are just going, nope, sure doesn't, dummy, and they're right to do so, because I probably could have looked at it a little more closely. Problem is if you pull this strap out completely, you will not be able to get it back into this little casing right here. It has a little ratchet attachment that doesn't let the strap move in and out. You have to pull it with quite a bit of force to actually get it to ratchet in or out. And that's by design so that that strap doesn't slip. The problem with that is if you take it out completely, that ratchet makes it impossible to reinsert it. Unless you do something very dangerous, what I am not going to recommend you do, but take a razor blade, pictures shown, and insert it into that housing just enough to tamp down on the ratchet, which is on the bottom of that housing, so you can slip the strap over it to get it reinserted. It's the only way I found to do it. Again, not going to recommend you do it because there was quite a bit of risk to myself that I could have cut myself. Just the same. You basically have to pull these straps all the way out if you've got a huge head. That is a little bit more comfortable, but it's still not ideal. I'm good with this as a thing that I will probably just use as a display piece. Does it fit my head? Yes. Would I wear this at a comic convention? Almost certainly not. Not for a great long period of time anyway, because it would be incredibly warm. It is comfortable otherwise, but the only way I think that you could probably wear this is with some sort of internal fan, or if you've got a fan and attached a hose or something to it. Again, cool display piece. The problem is the stand itself makes it impossible to actually see the D or the display stand, which also isn't necessarily an issue. You could probably run some cool LEDs onto the inside of that and make the eyes glow if you wanted to. I've got some EL wire I'm probably going to put on the inside of there so I can switch it on and off. Put it with the rest of the Dr. Doom display that I've got, but
Is this a buy if you expect to use it as a cosplay? If you've got a big fat head, like I do, I would not recommend expecting to cosplay in this. I would get a half mask, 3D print it. I hope this was helpful for those of you who watch for things like this or trying to find out if this Doctor Doom mask would fit your big fat head. For those of you with big fat heads out there, like myself, hey, I feel for you. For those of you with tiny heads, with plenty of room and never have to worry about the heat of wearing something like that, I'm jealous. But everybody who's a Doctor Doom fan, heck yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been the Doomcast. We'll see you again next week. Peace.